breaking news. Eurozone on brink. Economists warn dysfunctional Eurozone not ready for next shock. The Eurozone could be plunged into further turmoil and even an existential crisis unless it is dramatically reformed, experts have warned. Two economic and political analysts issued the major warning today as the single currency teeters on the brink of another calamity. In a joint article, Miguel Otero Iglesias and Raymond Torres said the dysfunctional Eurozone needed major reforms in order to survive. The Spaniards also accused EU leaders of being collective denial about the scale of the crisis facing the 19-member currency bloc. The pair said, "The next financial crisis is likely to hit some countries harder than others." The problem is that the only tools at the Eurozone's disposal to tackle these recessions are internal devaluations, which invariably lead to income cuts and job losses. The European Commission, academics and national governments broadly agree on this diagnosis. The problem is that there is no consensus on the way forward. Mr. Otero Iglesias and Mr. Torres also warned that policymakers had a dangerous sense of complacency about the future of the Eurozone. The experts pointed to Italy's new right-wing government, led by Giuseppe Conte, and its repeated threats to quit the Eurozone. Writing for Politico, they said, Italy's flirtation with an exit from the euro under a populist government is a stark reminder that, if left unaddressed, the deep structural weaknesses that plague the single currency could trigger an existential crisis across the EU. It would be a mistake, therefore, to believe we can drive along in business-as-usual mode, or just take a few small steps toward more European integration. This week's Meseberg Declaration signed by Angela Merkel and Emmanuel Macron, although a step in the right direction, is part of a collective denial about what needs to be done. You don't need to be a populist to recognize that Europe's monetary union is dysfunctional and in dire need of more substantial reforms than those proposed by Germany and France. Mrs. Merkel and Mr. Macron's declaration, signed in Germany on Wednesday, saw the pair agree to create a new budget for the Eurozone. At a joint press conference, the German Chancellor said the 8-page document marked a new chapter for the currency union. But the leaders' declaration attracted widespread criticism because it includes few details about the size of the budget. Mr. Macron said he wanted to leave more room for negotiations with the other 17 euro members, a scenario that could see the plans watered down. Guntram Wolff, director of the Brussels-based think tank Bruegel, said, "Everything depends on the details that are not yet known. But without finishing the banking union, the euro area will remain fragile." However, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker called the plans very well balanced. He said, "I am very pleased with the German-French paper. It allows European progress and the Commission is very pleased with what is being developed." Eurozone on brink. Economists warn dysfunctional Eurozone not ready for next shock.